Hello there guys, Board Zero here bringing you a gameplay of my T69 Tier 8 American medium tank. This tank has the 4-shot autoloader. It takes about 25 seconds to reload. And yeah, this is this is personally my best game that I had in this tank, and so I decided I was gonna go ahead and bring it to you guys to see what you guys thought. And I've been thinking about uploading all of my good replays or funny moments to see what you guys thought. So, as you can see here, we're on steps, and I'm being aggressive trying to get up to that rock there, and that way I can put in effective fire, but as I was heading towards that rock, I discovered this little T71. And instead of trying to go for our team, the T71 decided to try to deal with me, and so I pop him up on his back and put a shot into his underside. And so I only took 60 damage while I dealt all 840 to him, and I decided that was a great start to the game. And then artillery only hits me for like 5 or 6 damage. Figured that would be the M7 priest focusing on me, so here I am on reload again, finally making my way back up to the rock. Spot the super Pershing down there, the T-34. As you guys can see, I am using XVM, shows the last known location of the tanks. Yeah, I mean, some people say it's cheap until Wargaming actually comes out with their verdict on it. If they say it's cheap, I won't use it anymore. It's not necessary, it's just nice to have. So here I am up on the rock. I was hoping that T-34 would poke out and I could put at least one shot into him, but his gun depression is good enough as to where he would put a shot into me. So I decided to hide up behind this rock. I notice I have a Super Pershing coming up with me and IS-6 down below for support. Now, don't do what the Super Pershing did. You can see I was facing that way. He cuts me off and blocks me from being able to support. So I have to go to the other side. I thought he was just going to charge around. I see him pulling back, but I figured the T-34 would still be looking over that way. So I come around and just start unloading into his side. He tries to turn to get me, but I'm fast enough to where I can just get away. The one shot left, I decide to come and peek over and put it into the side of the KV-4 turret here, which unfortunately that bounces because the KV-4's armor is just ridiculous at times. Like, it doesn't make sense, the shots it bounces. But, you know, that's something you have to deal with. As you also can see, I only loaded normal ammunition, no high explosive, none of the premium ammo. All of my tanks just have the normal standard ammo. I make do with what I have. And so I pop over the ridge to punish this KV-4. For some reason the tracks ate the second shot. I'm not sure why. I get hit by a T-34-85 and tracked by artillery, so I decide I need to get out of that position. I'm advancing on the Super Pershing here while I'm on a reload, but the reason is because I'm trying to get into artillery cover. I bounce a shot off my back there. That had to have come from the T-34-85 that's there. I notice 2 of their artillery shot, and the chances that the third can still see us is slim to none, so I decided time to advance towards where the T-34-85 was last spotted. But as you can see, we cleaned up that flank. The only tank we lost on that flank was, well, okay, we lost the IS-6 and the VK-3601H. The 3601H died quickly because he was in a terrible position, especially being a tier 6 going against tier 8s. But, so I've done 2,179 damage at this point, which the shells have average damage of 240, and the penetration of 173 is awful for a tier 8 tank. You have to get around the enemy tanks and get sides or back shots to be able to even really do anything to them. Now this T-34-85 would have been smart to keep running especially from a T69 with the 4-round clip. And as you can see, artillery is joining in the fray. So 3 hits, he's down on 14 health, and my last shot drops low and goes into the tracks. Luckily for me, that Super Pershing was up with me and he finishes him off. But I'm still getting hit by artillery. And as I'm going along, I figured, alright, I should pretty much be unspotted now, and right as I think that, I get hit by the priest again. This priest has just been following me all game. For some reason, artillery always seems to love me. No matter what tank I'm in, they always like to just aim for me. So I'm coming back around to flank and get side shots on the T29 and get around behind him. And as I'm doing that, I spot the M7 priest just chilling in the open there. I rush my first shot to try to not let him get a shot off. The second one goes through him. The T29 hits me in the side, so I'm down on 86 health now. Just fire on the move, that's not gonna hit. I force the reload so I'll have 4 shots, and then I bounce a shot at the side of my turret, which, this thing's turret rarely ever bounces a shot. That, honestly, when I was playing this, I jumped a little bit because that surprised me. Because the fact that I've had 2 bounces in this game, but so I peek around the corner. It was that AT7 that shot at me. I've got a view on his side. I'm almost done on reload, so I aim in. Figure I gotta make these shots count. So there's 1 in for 247 damage. He moves forward a little bit more. Get a little bit of a low roll there at 215. He realizes he's getting shot in the side. He starts to turn. I figure he's still there because those tanks are notoriously slow. And somehow that shell goes through the front of his tank. I must have gotten lucky and had it go through a weak point because this gun does not have the penetration to go through the front of that tank. Even a tier 7 tank destroyer, that British Line's armor, even at tier 5 is 203 millimeters in the front. But so, all they've got left now is this T29. I noticed our Super Pershing's charging him and he's on 5 kills. So I put 1 shot into the side of the T29 because I knew that wouldn't kill him because of the low damage, and I tell the Super Pershing to go ahead and get Top Gun. I keep aiming there in case the T29 kills the Super Pershing, and that way I can finish him off. But the Super Pershing finishes him off and gets his Top Gun medal. So let's take a look at the after-game battle report that we got here. As you can see, I got my Mastery Badge First Class in this tank, so that means I got more experience than 95% of the people that play this tank, which I'd consider that to be a good game then. I also got Steel Wall, Sniper, and Spartan. Spartan was from bouncing that AT7 shot when I was on 7% health, which also getting Steel Wall in this tank is just a big surprise, because this thing's armor does not usually treat you that well. I made 14,146 credits on this game. That's all my income there. I got 2,342 experience because it was the ×2 for the day. As you can see, I would have made 3,513 with premium, but I do not play with a premium account because I do not have the money for that at the moment. I did a total of 4,178 damage. It's no surprise I'm on top of the list there, with only 3 kills. The Super Pershing's right behind me with his Top Gun. The Tiger 2 got the 2nd most damage on our team, and he had half mine. Their ISU also had only about half mine. And then, looking here, you can see I fired 24 shots. 21 of those shots hit, and 20 penetrated. The only one that bounced was on the side of that KV-4. As you can also see, I received 13 hits for a potential damage of 3,775, which means I should have died twice and then taken more damage still. So I consider that to be a really great game in this tank. I only detected 3 enemies. I damaged 7 of them, and I destroyed 3 of them. I got 487 spotting damage. I wasn't really out in front. so I wasn't doing too much spotting there. And as you can see, the repair kit I used only cost 3,000, and I still made money, so it was well worth it to stay alive and join into that fight. So guys, that was my video. If you like it, drop a like and a comment in the section below. If you didn't like it, go ahead and tell me why, and I'll change that in the future, and just let me know what kind of gameplays you'd like to see, and if I can supply it, I'll get it up as soon as I can with a good replay. Thanks.